What's going on, Joe fans? Centex Collector here with another review, this time for retro carded Flint. You can see this art is horrible. I don't know what they're thinking on that. And then there's the file card, which I'll clip out. And I got CoverGirl on the way. Televiper hasn't hit Amazon yet. I usually try to order it when I'm going to get it in the next couple days. I don't really like pre-ordering and just sitting there and waiting or whatever. So let's get this up off this card. Here he is up off the card. So I just use a knife to cut around here so I'll be able to get a clean file card. Here he is in the packaging. So this is going to slide off. There he is, no plastics. Let's go ahead and crack him out.
Johnny, catch! Oh no! Let's tell Mom it was Billy's mistake.
You're making the mistake.
Flint!
Anyone can have an accident, but lying makes it worse.
But Mom will be upset.
She'll be even more upset if you lie. And how would you feel if Billy got punished? Face up to what you've done. Don't take the easy way out.
We'll tell her we did it.
Remember, it's better to tell the truth.
And that's no lie. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Alright, here he is. First impression. I don't know, something looks off with Flint, but here he is compared to the original 85 OG version 1. This is the retro based off of that Flint. But we get into the accessories first. I'm missing the shotgun, so we'll look at the backpack. So yeah, they did a good job of reproducing the backpack with the canteen. Got grenades there. Guess these are supposed to be like C4 sticks or something. So yeah, it's a cool little backpack upgrade. They even did like the curvature there. So let's see how well this backpack fits though, because the other Flint had this holder as the backpack because you couldn't get to the backpack hole on this other Flint that Classified released. So this one we actually have the backpack. You know, a lot of times Classified backpack. So yeah, that one actually fits good for once. So the backpack's a win. And then he's got his shotgun, which is different than, so yeah, this replicates the OG shotgun if I can remember. And then this is the other Flint shotgun. So shotgun's different. Of course, his beret with the classic tab. I think that's the Special Forces tab because he was a Green Beret and a Ranger. What I noticed was weird is that on his file card, the original file card, yeah, this one doesn't have the rank, but this one has the grade of E6, but he's a warrant officer. Warrant officers aren't enlisted. They're like W, I think 1 through 5. Like there's 4 warrant officers. I think a W5, warrant officer 5 is like the highest that very few get to. But anyway, I just noticed that it shows E6. That should be W something if he's a warrant officer. Like W01 or something like that, if I remember from my Army rankings. So yeah, we got the beret, which appears to be the same as the other one. And then they gave him pistol, which, yeah, it looks like it's different. Yeah, so here's the pistol from the other Flint. So yeah, the pistols are different, so that's cool. The pistol's gonna go in this little holster here. And then of course they gave all the retro figures get stands. This will go up on my eBay store because I don't use these stands. I use these stands off Amazon. Ebco stands, they come in 50 packs, great stands. And then they gave him hands, basically like a fist set, and then like an open hand and a pointy finger hand. So again, those go up on my eBay store because I won't use those. And let's take a look at our Flint here. So here's the 85. So the boots, yeah, so the boots match. And then they just gave them darker there. The pant camo and the pants are darker with the waist. He did have a sidearm on the right leg, so they did that here. And then his belt with the two like belt buckles. He got an eagle. This one's more prominent. I don't know if you can really see on it. It's crazy if you think about these 1/18 scale figures. 3 3/4. Looks like they had detail in there. I'd probably need something to zoom in a lot more, but here you can see the detail a lot better in the 1/12. So we got like an eagle there, and then there. So they replicate that. Gloves, and then the black shirt is up higher than the other one. We'll get into that. And then he's got his airborne pin or patch. I think it's a pin there, just like the original. And then he's got his shoulder straps with the shotgun shells, like the OG. And then, yeah, just like the back there. And then the open shirt. Then the beret, black beret. Because they changed, like all soldiers got black berets in the army, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so ago. But before, black berets were specific to like airborne, because green berets had green. I believe airborne was, or rangers, excuse me, rangers were black. I think airborne might have been maroon, but rangers were black, I believe. And now I think they're tan. So yeah, it's looking really good. The face, I'm not sure how I feel about this face sculpt yet. But yeah, that's on point with the OG 85. Look how clunky and big the backpack was though. I'm just missing the shotgun on that one to make it complete. So now if we go over to the first release of Flint, yeah, the boots are different. I hated these shin guards. I forgot. This was an early release, this Flint. And Flint is actually one of my favorite Joe characters just because he was Special Forces, Airborne, Ranger. He's a warrant officer, all the above. But yeah, he's got these stupid things here. The knee pads are different. Pants are different. Gloves or hands. Like these little gauntlets up top look different. But yeah, the gloves look like they're probably different. The holster is different because this holster actually links up to this waistband, and they did the waistband different on this one. So the waist is different. Obviously, he's got this big old vest piece. He's got this piece. Camo's different on the pants. Like we already showed, the pistols are different. And then you couldn't see the airborne on his chest. I can't tell if it's even there. Yeah, it is there. It's tucked up underneath, but he does have... So this shirt could be the same, but you can tell this one's glossier. This one's got like a matte. So this torso... No, actually looks like this shirt's different. This shirt comes down more. That one stops there. So that looks different. Obviously the arms are different. The watch colors are different. And they gave him a watch. The OG didn't have a watch, but the watch colors are different. And then the sleeves stop up here and these sleeves stop down here. And then the face, this looks like a younger... I may swap this head to this one. I'm not sure yet. Because I feel like this one's like an older Flint, and this feels like a young buck Flint. And then the berets. Actually, this beret, the berets are different. But you can see this beret has more like more of a downward. And this one, not so much. Obviously, this one's glossier. This one's more matte and muted. Even the tab or patch on the beret, this one's skinnier, this one's wider, it's the same. I believe that's like a Special Forces type patch or tab, but that one's wider than this one, so the tabs are different. Obviously the head sculpts are completely different. The skin color is different. This one seems like it's a little darker. He seems whiter over here. And oh, this one's, he's got pins. This one is actually pinless in the legs and the arms. Yes, this is like a complete refresh, redo. So I'm digging this one. I just don't know how I feel about that face. So I might swap the head or head and neck. But then again, the beret, well, the beret should be, oh, let me take the berets off. The hair, oh, the hair is even different too. So he's got more of like a buzz cut on the old version. And you got different hairdo. The beret, yeah, the berets are swappable because the head is a head. But you can almost see like the head, like this one is like narrower and skinnier. He's got like, looks like he's got like more weight to him in his face, like wider, like old Flint, young Flint. So I don't know how I feel about, I mean, it's not as bad as some people are, I mean, the card art is horrible, but the actual head sculpt, it's not as like Falcon. The first Falcon was horrible. I head swapped him for Blowback from Valiverse. But I mean, this is a cool Flint. And then this one is definitely a good throwback. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll put him on my retro line. Just keep him with my Ranger Special Forces guys, like Stalker and all them. But yeah, I'm digging this Flint. Like I said, Flint was one of my favorite figures. He came out in 85. I got into Joe's in 86. And I don't know why, I was just obsessed with like Special Forces, Green Berets, all that. And he was one of those. And yeah. So, I mean, if you have this Flint, I mean, sure, you could pass on this one. But if you want the retro feel vibe, then definitely pick this one up. Again, like I said, time and time again, I'm chasing the line, so I like just comparing and contrasting the differences in the figures. But yeah, he's good. It's just I don't know how I feel about this face sculpt. I mean, I guess because I have this one, you can kind of compare. But he's kind of growing on me. Like I said, I think this is like old Flint, and this is like young Flint. So, but there we go. There is retro carded Flint. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.